You always need a good one in your corner, and I've got an absolute blinder here. Yeah, so if I do get emotional doing this, I do apologise, because I tend to tell we're well up a lot. In fact, I'll just take a break there. Hello, we're back. Have I got a tale for you? Oh dear. Where do we begin?
It makes sense at the beginning.
Yeah, so apologies for no videos over the last few weeks. I've had a little bit of a health upset, shall we say. Was it fortnight, 3 weeks ago, something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Happily, I thought I'll start right at the beginning. One of the evenings, we'd had something to eat, sat down at the table, and I thought I had indigestion. You know, bit of this, bit of that, bit of discomfort.
Yeah.
Glass of water, walked around. That was it. It went after 5-10 minutes. After that, bed obviously. Woke up next day, fine. Takes Michelle to work, comes back. I know what I'll do. It's a nice day. I'll paint the fence. I got as far as doing the gate and half a panel, and out of breath. And I've been feeling out of breath for quite a bit, really, haven't I?
Yeah, quite a while. Yeah. Just not got to the bottom of it, really.
Yeah. So I've been back into with whatever, and I'd put a bit of weight on, and I couldn't quite understand all that. And there was lots. They were testing me for respiratory stuff and all this malarkey. Anyhow, cut a long story short, I go inside and I sit down. I thought I'll just do a little bit of editing. And I sat at the table after about 5 minutes, and all of a sudden, just pressure. I thought I got indigestion again, and all of a sudden, my arms went really, really heavy. You know what it's leading up to, don't you now? Fortunately, my son was in. He was upstairs. He'd just come back. He'd got a parking ticket and had a bit of a gob on.
He wasn't happy.
So he wasn't happy.
No.
Unfortunately, otherwise I'd have been on my own. Anyhow, shouts him down. Says, Liam said, look, I'm not happy here. It's about 20 minutes in this. I said, I think I'm having a heart attack. So he whizzes me off to the hospital.
It's like the Grand Prix, wasn't it?
Like the Grand Prix. I tell you what, he'd make a good ambulance driver and all that. To A&E at Warrington there. Yeah. And sure enough, after a couple of hours, I must admit, they diagnosed the fact that he had a heart attack. I'll go into a bit more detail in the end, but anyhow, he had a heart attack. And all I can say, from once I got in there, everything was fine, wasn't it, after that? Once you get past the A&E and the receptionists and all that, and they realise what it is, and they understand the triage side of it, they'll have some fakers, won't they? Yeah. I nearly come out twice.
Your patience is in your middle word. But saying that, we had been there a long time, and on a note of that, Liam got him there that quickly.
I'm going to go into detail in a bit. So I'm there in A&E, and I get through, and I haven't got much patience, I must admit. And I says to this guy, they took me bloods and they took me blood pressure, and I've had an ECG, all come back fine. And then after waiting for another hour, a very kind lady gave me a drink of water. One of the other, it was a wife of someone who'd actually been diagnosed with a brain tumour. She could see that I was struggling. Give me a glass of water. Anyhow, I get called to have my blood pressure took again. Takes my blood pressure, and it's high, obviously. And he says to us, I says to him, United were kicking off at 7:30. And I says to him, can I go home now? And he says, well, you can if you want, you can't stop you. He said, but I advise you to stop. It was the best bit of advice I've ever had.
Yeah.
It really, really was. So I stopped. And he comes back, I get called in again. As I get called in again, they take me blood again. And I think, blood again, it's mad this. So they come out. There's a point to all this, trust me. So I come back out the triage part again. And then within 20 minutes, they've called me back in. This time it's a doctor. And the doctor says, right, Mr. Green, and I'll explain exactly what happened. My ECG came back normal, my first one. My bloods came back normal. As not having a heart attack. You know when you're having a heart attack, trust me. And I was having a heart attack. The second set of bloods come back, and my markers, because it puts out, your heart puts out an enzyme, if you get there too soon, which is what I did, because Liam rushed me there, the enzymes aren't in there, so they came back as if he hadn't had a heart attack. The second set of bloods come back and they were...
Over 2,000.
Yeah, they were shooting through, absolutely massive. So anyhow, so you've had a heart attack, and from that moment on, everything was absolutely fine. I was straight into A&E, they had me hooked up to everything, they put blood thinners on me, all the rest of it. But yeah, seriously, on a serious note, if you just stick to your guns, these people know what they're doing. Yeah, we all like to think we know, because we've all got YouTube, haven't we?
Yeah.
And we're all YouTube doctors. No, just listen to what they're telling you, because they're absolutely fantastic once they get in there. I'll just have a drink of your water there, Michelle.
Of course you can.
So, I'll try and be really, really quick with this, because I know it'll probably bore the tears out of most people. But a lot of people have been asking us how I am, asking Michelle how I am.
But it's important.
Yeah, and it is important,
It
right?
really is.
It really is important. So, but anyhow, so yeah, so I end up in Warrington Acute Cardiology Unit, ACCU or something they called it.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant. Hooked up again all night. There's one for you. First time I've ever had to pee in a bottle on your bed. I'll tell you what, it's harder than you think. It is, honestly.
Yeah.
It's absolutely bizarre.
Imagine being a woman having to do it.
I know it must be that. You've got a she-wee, haven't you?
I don't know.
So, yeah, so I'm in ACCU and they're trying to get me a place in Broadgreen. And there was a chap in there, I won't name him, he was a cracking lad actually. I got on really well with him in the opposite bed. And he'd been in there 10 days waiting for a bed. And it goes on priority, you know, how severe cases, etc, etc. So overnight there, and then the following morning the doctor comes round, tells me everything that's gone on. You've had a heart attack, blah, 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 this, that and the other. And she said, you're going to Broadgreen today. You could have knocked me over with a feather.
Yeah.
So anyhow, they came in and the staff were absolutely brilliant, honestly. The staff at the ACCU at Warrington, well, all the staff were fantastic. So they whizzed me off to Broadgreen in an ambulance, and I don't know how to put it into words how fantastic that group of people are. I mean, it was just, I'm still speechless now. I still tear up thinking about what they did for
It
me.
was seamless, wasn't it?
It was brilliant. From landing there,
Yeah, that you bottom
I got booked in, my bag got took away from me. By the time I'd signed myself in and, you know, given permission to do what they needed to do, I walked back to where my bag was. My bottom hadn't been sat down 30 seconds. I was then taken off to have a cannula put in my arm. That's so they prep you before you go in. While that was going on, Michelle you turned up then, hadn't you? Because I was on my own at this point.
Yeah.
She'd been with me the day before.
Over 27 hours.
Yeah, overnight. Yeah, she's an absolute trooper. She always back there. You always need a good one in your corner, and I've got an absolute blinder here. Yeah, so if I do get emotional doing this, I do apologise because I tend to tell we're well up a lot. In fact, I'll just take a break there. Right, yeah, so once I'm there in Broadgreen,
You hadn't even sat down.
the cannula had gone into my arm for if they ever needed that. And so I was prepped, ready to go. What had actually happened was, this was really strange, this. The night before, my knee had swelled up and I thought I had gout in my knee. So I actually couldn't walk. It wasn't gout in the end. We'll get that one out there. I'd actually fluid on my knee, so my knee had really swollen up and I couldn't walk on it. I couldn't move it. It was in absolute agony. So I'm hobbling my way along. They put the cannula in, like I said, for the third time. And then as soon as that had gone in, this guy came up to us and said, right, they're ready for him. So I hadn't been there 20 minutes. So they wheeled me off to what they call the lab at Broadgreen. Incredible. If you imagine Stargate times 10, it was like that. There was more things whizzing round on this.
Ceiling.
Unbelievable, yeah. So as I walk in, there's a group, as he's wheeling me down, there's a group of people talking outside, and I just thought they're having a chat or something. But these were actually part of the nursing team that take you in. As I walked up to him and said, right, there he is. The only way I can put this, but in a much more professional and dynamic way, was if you imagine when they're changing tyres on a Formula 1 team, you know, when they come in, 7 seconds later, it's off with 4 wheels changed. It's like that. They walked in, they just said, right, this is Alan Green, he's 61 years of age, he's this, he's that, he's the other, and come out with words I'd never heard of. I'm strapped on this bed, my arm's down here, my other arm's out, and someone's talking me to distract me, obviously. Absolutely brilliant. And the next thing, they've gone in, they're going through a vein here, so they're in through my vein. You don't see that, obviously, because whatever. This guy's talking to, you'll love them. I don't want to name this guy, actually, but he had, all I'll say is he made me chuckle, because he was an absolute genius. He was about the same age as my youngest son.
Early 30s.
And but he was, you know, when someone fills you with confidence, boy, did he fill me with confidence. Everything we said was brilliant.
Military precision.
Yeah, but his name reminded me, he should have been in porn films, I think, with his name, which I won't tell you. But it did give me a bit of a smile to my face. And they distract you as all this is going on. But you're wide awake while it happens. So what they've done, they've gone in through my wrist, up through the vein, up into your heart, and I've ended up having, it's one stent. It should have been two stents, but it's in where the main artery goes into the heart, on like a Y shape. Do apologise about the colour of my nails, I've been gardening. Well, Michelle's been gardening, I've been planting seeds. Yeah, so it's gone in like in a Y shape. So he had to fashion one that did two arteries, which they said they hadn't done before.
Because they struggled to find it, didn't they?
Yeah, that's a good point. That they actually,
the main one coming into the heart.
Yeah, they're listening to everything, and they couldn't actually find where the narrowing of the artery was. And what he actually said was, how did he put it? Oh, that's what he said. Because you can hear all this. It's really bizarre. He just turns around and he says, "There's two surgeons talking," and he actually turns around and says, "Yeah, but his flow is really sluggish."
Your blood flow, wasn't it?
Yes, so that's why I was feeling tired. That's why all these things were coming on.
Dizzy.
And the other thing that happened, I know I like a beer. Everyone knows I like a beer, but my stomach, I'd actually really like someone had pumped it up.
Yeah,
and that is actually another sign.
And you'd lost weight as well, hadn't you?
Yeah, I'd lost weight, but my stomach had come out here, and that's another sign that you could have a bit of heart issues, shall we say? Yeah. So they've done whatever they've done. He's put this one stent in that's doing two arteries. And because of that, I have to go back in 3 months' time and then in 6 months' time. So they'll go in and they'll make sure that everything's sitting where it should be and doing what it should be doing, I presume.
What did he say to you after he'd done it?
I can't remember now. There's that many things that have gone on.
He actually said...
no, I can't say that. No, because no, we're not saying that. No, they were very, very professional, but he was very down to earth. And I'll tell you what one, but he did say to me...
Fresh start.
Yes, it's a fresh start. He said, you've got a second chance. He said, I've done my bit, now it's up to you to do your bit.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm going to do.
He started it from day one.
Yeah, from day one, that's it now. So I'm going to get myself fit again, because when I come back, because of my knees, I actually couldn't walk, and it went into this right knee, so it was all fluid.
So I had to put a toilet from the polytunnel from the camper van into the front room, and he slept on the settee because he couldn't get up the stairs. That was for about a week, wasn't it? Nearly a week.
Yeah. So about a week. So I couldn't walk anyhow, but I've still got pain in my knees. But the swelling's gone down and I can get about now. I'm actually up to about 25 minutes on my walk now, each day. I am going to do it gradually. I've got heart rehab that starts on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So our films are going to be a lot different. For the next few weeks, please bear with us. I'm going to get myself fit. I can't wait.
Have you lost weight already?
I've lost weight. I'm nearly a stone already. But I'm walking every day now. I'm eating healthily. And I just can't wait to get started and get back filming. This is the first one. People have got some lovely, kind message off everyone. Thank you very much. Honestly, you mean a lot to us.
And we do miss you. We miss everyone. And we know that, you look after us, and we really appreciate it because it has been such a turmoil. I mean, the fact that you're in the same place as your sister, it's...
Yeah, unfortunately, my eldest sister, she passed away when she was 61, which is exactly my age, and she died of a heart attack. And then I'm in the exact same place as my sister at 61 years of age with a heart attack.
Yeah.
Incredible, but there you go. But what the doctor said to me, he said, if I stick to this plan and get myself fit, I can have another 15 to 20 years with this art, and that's what I intend to do. So
Yeah.
you've not got rid of me that easily, have you?
No, we're gonna go full gusto.
We're going to Tenerife
Yeah.
in 6 weeks' time with my daughter and partner and our granddaughter. We'll be filming that.
Yeah.
I'll be fit enough by then. I can't wait to get back out with Jeff Carter. I'm going to do some more pub reviews.
Yeah.
But I think I'll be drinking halves, not pints. And we've got a few gardening things. Michelle's been working like a Trojan on this garden. So at the end of this, what we'll do, Michelle can give you a quick whiz round of where we're up to with the garden, or where she's up to with the garden. But listen, I want to finish this one here, and I want to thank every single one of you. I really, really do. I miss you. I love you all. Yeah. You mean everything to me now.
I'm getting emotional now.
Right. The other thing is, I am going to be doing some fundraising for Broadgreen Heart Hospital, without a doubt. It's called Liverpool Heart Hospital, I think, but anyhow, it's Broadgreen to us. Yeah. We're doing some fundraising for that as soon as I'm fit enough. Yeah. So I can't wait to do that. These people deserve £1 million a week. We've got blokes kicking a bag of wind around on a piece of grass who are on £500,000 a week. These people should be on that. These are the real lifesavers, and these are the real heroes. Anyhow, I'll get off my soapbox. We'll cut to this now. Michelle's going to show you what she's been doing in the garden and polytunnel. Oh, yeah. Thank you all very much for your support. Please stick with us. Please stick with us. We'll be back on track in about 6 to 8 weeks, hopefully.
I love you all.
And we'll try and put a vlog out once a week. There you go. I'm not doing 2 a week. I'll do 1 a week. And it'll just be a general thing of where we're up to, what we're doing around the house, etc.
Garden, shopping.
I'm going to do a few pub walks. How about that? We'll get a few walks in, so I can do that. A few walks
in with Donald.
Absolutely, yeah. But like I say, I won't be drinking on these. I might have a half, because I'm going to do everything sensibly now until I've got 100% clearance on this. I've got my family to look after, and I've got you lot that I need to make sure I can keep bugging you all with my films. And I've got to get out with Jeff Carter.
I know.
What am I going to do without Carter?
And you were going to Pete with his other friend, our other friend with his narrowboat.
I feel like my right arm's been chopped off. But anyhow, we've got a narrowboat, a bit of a not a reconstruction. What do you call it? A renovation on a narrowboat. So you'll see a lot of that.
Using your skills as a welder.
Well, we'll see, won't we? We'll see about that. But anyhow, right, listen, guys. Here's Michelle. She'll show you what she's done in a garden.
Now it's time to show you around the garden and show you what we've done. As you can see from the right here, if I just step aside, you can see all the way down. We have painted all the fences, Jasmine and I. So it looks brilliant, doesn't it? So as you can see, Donald's enjoying himself, sniffing the air, enjoying the sun. And then go back down here, you can see on the right hand side a huge row of buckets with potatoes in of different varieties. I've got various plants in here, mostly I've got 3 fruit bushes, stroke trees, which are new in. I've got 2 more potato plants. I've repotted one of the olive trees to the right because Donald has had it when I was gardening, so I'll put them in matching ones. I've then got 2 more buckets, so I've got a climber, clematis, on the right hand side. I've got a climber in there. I've got a jasmine plant that Jasmine bought me for Mother's Day, so that's in. I've got various flowers. I've also got the runner beans in, so they can climb over the brand new arch that we've bought, which was only was it £12, something like that, from B&M's. Absolutely fabulous. You know I like my bargains. So on the left hand side here, you can see this is mostly your herb garden. It's like a herb patch, really. I've got some existing plants and some new ones. So you name a herb, it's in there. And we'll only add to that. I have got some onions in, red and white. I've got a bit of chives there from last time. I've got the blackberry bush at the end. So I'm happy with that. I've got the blueberry, which is covered up because something is eating the leaves again. So I'm trying to stop that by covering it over. I think it's the birds. Then I've got raspberry bush, and I've also got my gooseberry bush, which is growing quite prolific. Well, I wouldn't, as I said in the earlier video, I wouldn't recommend this when you've got children, because the bush itself is really spiky, so you've got to be really careful. And then we'll go on to the trees. I've got my 2 apple trees together. I actually got fruit off these last year, so I've got high hopes for these because they're established. I've got my fig tree, which I did get some small figs off, but hopefully we'll have a better yield this year. I've then got a plum tree I've got, and I've got another apple tree there. So now I'm onto the middle bed. Can't see much in there because I've got the green covering to protect them from pests and from the birds. So I've got obviously another arch with a climber again. In this bed I've got cabbage in here and a couple of spring onions in there from last time. This middle one is again, it's cabbage again. And in this one I've got the green beans, which are looking really good. Everything under here is looking fantastic. And at the end I've got calabrese here. I've got calabrese. Actually, I'm lying. It's cabbage. It's red cabbage. Something's had a little munch on one of them, but on the whole I'm really happy. So in this corner tucked away is Alan's rhubarb, because the old one got dug up by Donald. So we thought we'd stick it in the same place. So I'm really happy. There's another leaf appeared, so that's brilliant. Also, I've planted I've planted some new strawberry plants in there, plus an old one. I've got some more to go in there. Right, next is I'm going to turn it round, which is towards the roof of the shed. I've put some holes through the joists there, and I put wire through, and this is for the grapevine at the end. On the left hand side to that is another climber to go over the arch. In this bed here I've got varieties of onions, kale, I've got sweet peas, runner beans that are next to it in between. I've got some spring onions, I've got leeks and celery. So I'm quite chuffed that everything seems to be growing well at the moment here. Next at the end, in front of the polytunnel, I've got a pear tree, and I've had massive problems with this pear tree. I think it's in its 3rd year, and really I should have done something in the 1st year. It's got leaf mite in it. I've used with the neem oil and the soap that you get, that's been mixed up. And I've now treated the leaves a couple of times, but also I'm putting it into the soil as well, so it goes up and hopefully it goes up into the system, into the leaves, and kills the mites. I think this is my last ditch attempt before I actually end up getting a new pear tree. I really don't want to do that. Again, it seems to have I've not had a full crop. I've had problems with the actual blossoms, the flowers falling off. No, actually, as the pear has been developing, they fell off. So watch your space with the pear tree. So as you can see, I've got sweet corn growing at the back. So 2, 4, 6, 7 plants I've got there. I've got some rogue potatoes, but I got some cracking potatoes from this area when I dug it over. I've also got a climber on the right, but in front of that I'm going to have asparagus growing at the front. So let's go in the polytunnel. And here we go. I'm really pleased. Done some planting. Well, Alan's done some of this planting himself, because obviously he's limited to what he can do at the moment. We've got lots of French beans, We've got various other vegetables growing. Alan will put them in the comments above what they are, because they're on the cloches here. We've got different flowers at the back. What else have we got here? We've got lots of things going on at the front here. I've got, as I said before, broccoli, cauliflower, spinach, basil, and another broccoli. I think one of them's flowering broccoli, sprouting broccoli even. So we've got lots of things. We've got Astrid's lettuce, which desperately needs to be potted on now, which will be done. Then obviously we've got your cabbages. I've got more cabbages here, leeks, onions, everything you can think of. My tomato plants are growing well. I need to check on whether I need to take those. No, I don't. I've just realised the two at the front are like bushes, so they're all right. They'll just come out. All the rest are done. All my tomatoes, celery again, and obviously I've got the grapevine. And wow, look at that grapevine! It's a lot more advanced all the way along there. Across, look at the difference, how long this is, how much advanced it is to the one outside. What a difference it makes with the with it being covered. So it's amazing. I'm so amazed with the grapevines. Absolutely brilliant. I'm hoping the one outside fruits this year. In our first year, which was, like obviously it was last year, we did get a bunch of that, nearly 2 bunches of grapes. Maybe we should have took them off, but we didn't. And they were absolutely gorgeous. Right, I'm going to turn you around because I've got the peas growing. As you can see, I'm growing them in gutters, so it's easier for me to get these up. Look at them, and if you look closely, they're already sprouting in areas. If I turn it around, I've got one at the back there as well. There you go, and look at that, that's all sprouting. And then I've got more here. It's all made up. Sat in the polytunnel where it's peace and quiet. Absolutely gorgeous. We've just worked so hard over the last 3 weeks, before and after Alan's heart attack. He's recuperating really well. Obviously, you know, a lot of things have fell on myself and obviously my daughter, etc. Like I say, all the paint of the fences, all the digging, the planting, the buying in of new stock of plants, different variety of plants, and just so it looks fabulous, so we can just sit out and relax. So we're at that point now where we can relax in the garden. And like you say, we're going to bring you along. We're going to show you everything that we're doing throughout the summer. As I said before, I've got quite a few bargains, which I love. You know I love bargains. If you could tell me anywhere else where I can get bargains, fantastic. But I love talking to you all, and if you've got any advice for me in the garden, be it, you know, for things, plants I can grow in the shade, semi-shade, in full sun, I really appreciate that.
And she done well, eh? She'd even finished the fence off that gave me the heart attack. I'll do out to get out of fence, but I hate painting.
I know.
I'll do out to get out of it, honestly. No, she's done a great job there, hasn't she? I think that looks absolutely wonderful. Anyhow, don't forget, if you've liked this, I'm rusty at this now, can I get it right? Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to ding that notification bell, because we love it when we do that, don't we?
We certainly do. And don't forget to comment down below, because you know we love it.
Give us a kiss.
Oh.
Right, guys,
Love
we're
you all.
going to see you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.